all know this person, right? She must make the light change to walk immediately, as in right this second. She presses that button like a chronic gambler at the slots. All she's missing is a voucher for the buffet and a bucket of nickels. And, just like any addict, she tries to get out, but the machine keeps pulling her back in. Why? She's just 27 more Jeffersons shy of a jackpot. Of course, after pushing the button 70 times, she got across the street more quickly, right? Either that or she's been treated for her OCD. Anyway, before we reveal the answer, plus come back to see the behavior of a few more people at the crosswalk, here's our experiment. According to a survey we conducted on Facebook, 20% of respondents believe that pushing the crosswalk button results in less time waiting. And because it was on Facebook, 10% of people asked where they should upload a photo of their cat, even though it was a poll about the pedestrian crosswalk. To find out who's right, the 80% or the 20%, this versus that carefully examined the traffic patterns and crosswalks at 25 different intersections in Los Angeles. We studied intersections you might classify as 30, which, for this discussion, will mean 2 lanes in each direction, plus turning lanes, with commercial businesses on either side of the street. A 20-sized intersection. Here in Los Angeles, the Starbucks measuring system isn't just applied to coffee. Anyway, at a 20-sized intersection, you have 2 lanes in both directions, which might include areas that have both commercial and residential property nearby. And finally, the demi-intersections, which include 1 lane in each direction in a predominantly residential area. Okay, here's what we discovered. Here in Los Angeles, the new $400 million automated traffic surveillance and control system has 2 responsibilities: monitor and synchronize all of the city's 4,400 traffic lights, and to immediately alert drivers the second Lindsay Lohan or Justin Bieber unlocks a car door. The timing of a traffic light cycle depends upon the intersection's size, its location, the time of the day, the amount of traffic, the weather, any nearby accidents, and the type of calamity the city is currently facing: brush fire, Santa Ana winds, or even worse, a Pico de Gallo shortage. Let's look at a few examples. This intersection at Ventura and Sepulveda Boulevard is on a 2-minute cycle. From the time the light turns red, it takes 2 minutes for the light to go from red to green to amber and back to red. Within those 2 minutes, the light is red for 90 seconds, followed by green for 24, then amber, and back to red. This intersection is just 1 mile east, and it's on a 1 minute and 50 second cycle. Starting at red, it's 1 minute 20 seconds before your light turns green. Further north, where commercial and residential property are more side by side, the signal at this intersection is on a 1 minute cycle. 30 seconds red, 24 green, then amber, then red again. I watched it intently for 30 minutes, and once my vision returned to normal and I stopped dry heaving, I determined the pattern never changed. At this intersection on the Sunset Strip, a half a block from the Rainbow, where Guns N' Roses got their start, the light was set on a 2 minute cycle. 90 seconds of red, followed by flames, a huge explosion, and then Paradise City. About 2 miles east on Sunset, this light was set on a 60 second cycle. Again, 30 seconds red, then green and amber, then back to red. Meanwhile, back at our hidden camera. Watch the woman with the pink top. And no, not because she has a nice top. She stands and waits patiently for the light to change. We fast forward through the boring stuff. Then the light changes to walk, she steps forward, and then she pushes the button. To what end? Haven't a clue. Now, Before we tell you what effect you can have, if any, by actually pushing the crosswalk button, there's a few things that actually do affect a traffic light's pattern that aren't ethereal. Ever notice these 6-foot circles on the street? It's called an inductive loop traffic detector. Here's how it works. There's a loop of wire buried just an inch or so below the surface of the road that detects how the presence of metal disturbs its electromagnetic field. Most often you'll find these a couple of dozen feet in front of the traffic light in the turning lane. When the device is activated by, say, a car, it sends a signal to the light to run the cycle that includes, say, the left-hand turn. If the device isn't activated, the turn cycle doesn't run, and traffic continues to just flow ordinarily. Emergency personnel can also affect the light cycle by shining a super intense strobe at a sensor on the light. So, does pushing the crosswalk button, even repeatedly, result in crossing the street more quickly? We pushed the crosswalk signal at intersections that ran on the 2-minute cycles, at the 90-second cycles, and the 1-minute cycles. We even targeted some specific locations, like this signal. If ever a light was going to favor pedestrian traffic, it would be the one near a strip club that charged $25 just to park. Repeated pressing of the button made no difference, other than increasing your risk for the clap. Across town on Sunset, near the 7th Vale Live Nude Strip Club, pressing the button also had no effect. As a side note, the 7th Vale is located directly across the street from this Cash for Gold. I'm assuming that the cash is in ones. It was looking like pushing the button was a fool's errand. That is, until we came upon this intersection where the light stayed green for more than 6 minutes. That is, until someone pushed the walk button. And then, about 60 seconds later, traffic stopped and the person was able to cross. The same thing happened 8 hours later by the Viper Room. So, what does the button actually do? Of the 25 we tested, the crosswalk button does nothing adjacent. That's right, nothing adjacent. At intersections that get infrequent pedestrian traffic, pushing the button tells the computer to run the cycle that includes holding up crosstown traffic so people can cross the street. Intersections with frequent pedestrian crossing, well, they run the crossing cycle de rigueur. However, and this is important, you only have to press it once. And all the button does is run the crossing cycle. It doesn't make it go faster. Although, the woman in the shorts is about to wish it did. That lady with the hat is a Jehovah's Witness.
Can I have for you a magazine, sir?
Oh, no thank you. Oh, and remember our superheroes? Turns out one of them forgot the keys, so they're waiting to get back across the street.